Yeah, the top has a board. Actually, the bottom, you don't have to have a board.
You might have to put some sticky things on the bottom to keep it from sliding out. Good morning. It is Sunday. At this point in time, I don't know if I'm making this video as a vlogmas, like I don't know if I'm gonna upload it tomorrow morning or if I'm just gonna vlog today and vlog for the rest of the week and upload it as one giant week in my life video. I'm just feeling major FOMO on vlogmas. I absolutely love vlogmas and I just really want to do it myself, but I also no, I do not have the capacity to do it with my full-time job and everything else that's going on. So I figured maybe I try it for a week. Maybe worst case, I just clump it all into a week in my life video, which I'll be doing anyways. So we'll see how this goes. I have my morning coffee. For some reason, on weekend mornings, I tend to feel anxious. This has been a thing since, you know, the pandemic. I feel like weekends are usually when you have fun plans to look forward to. So now that my weekends are very much open-ended 99% of the time, I get this anxious feeling around it. Like I don't want to waste my weekend, but also I have no sense of direction of where to take it. So in the mornings I've been journaling, I've been writing out some ideas on what I can do for the day, what I would like to do. Sometimes I use journaling prompts and other times I just brain dump. And this morning I'm feeling a little bit anxious, so I'm gonna write in my journal, just brain dump anything that's on my mind, work through it and think of some ideas on what I want to get done or do today. I've been trying to journal my dreams again. This is something I used to do like back in middle of high school. I did it consistently for like 2 years. And if you ever heard of lucid dreaming is when you are able to acknowledge that you're in a dream and then you're able to control it. And you can achieve this by writing down your dream every single morning. So I did this for a couple years in high school because I was obsessed with dreams. I had lucid dreams every single night for at least a year. Eventually I lost my practice, I stopped journaling my dreams and the lucid dreams went with it. And I haven't really gotten back to it. And then the other day I was reading this magazine, Flow, my favorite magazine. I'm gonna go get it. This is my favorite magazine of all time. It's called Flow. I'm gonna give a preview of what it looks like. It has a lot of opinion pieces, beautiful illustrations from artists, interviews with artists around the world, mostly focused in Australia and the UK, because I think this magazine is based out of Australia, but they also have some interviews with people from New York and around the US. When I was back in Seattle, I used to get so excited because every month I would go to my local bookstore and pick up one of these. And when I was younger, I used to be subscribed to 17 magazine, and getting that in the mail was the biggest mood booster of all time. So I think I have this soft spot for magazines. You can also get like a yearly subscription and get it mailed to you, but I didn't do that because of this year, how much I'm moving around. I wasn't sure where I was going to be at all times. And also being able to buy it from my local bookstore is kind of a nice tradition to have the first Sunday of every month. Getting coffee, going to the bookstore, buying the magazine from there, which is a little bit pricier than getting the yearly subscription, but it also supports my favorite local bookstore. So it makes me feel good. They don't have that tradition here in Michigan. I didn't even know if they would have this magazine available, but they did in my local Barnes & Nobles, which I was really excited, which I know is not a local bookstore, but I still love Barnes & Nobles. It used to be my favorite place to go when I was a kid. I have good memories of Barnes & Nobles. But basically, there was a section in this book that was talking about the importance of imagination and how that relates to dreaming. The article is titled "The Art of Imagination." Talks about the importance of reading fiction books and the benefits of reading over watching a movie, because reading really activates your imagination. and how imagination is so essential to the world, and it's usually viewed as not useful, but imagination is the root of all inventions and scientific advancement. It talks about daydreaming, and it also talks about night dreaming, which I'm trying to find the sentence here. Yeah, it says, write down your dreams. Jot them down in the morning immediately after waking up, before they slide through your fingers like water. Charlie Morley's book, Lucid Dreaming, is a helpful guide. It's pretty special to read back at a later date what your dreams imagined. Yes, those fantastic experiences really come from your own brain. So that really inspired me to pick up my dreaming journaling again. I never read the book Lucid Dreaming by Charlie Morley that it recommended, but maybe that's something I'll look into. Building off what they said, how cool it is to look back and see the dreams that came from your brain, I honestly think keeping a journal is the best tangible gift you can give to your future self. Like, just imagine being 60, 70, I don't know, however long you make it, years old, and having books and books of your life documented by you, all of your deepest thoughts, and just being able to relive any moment that you wanted to. Basically just having a whole library of your life, all about you, which sounds a little bit narcissistic, but I think that's just amazing. And I'm so glad I've been journaling since I was like 18. I wish I did it earlier. I wanted to go back and see what my middle school thoughts were, because there has been so much growth since that time. I think the biggest time of growth is between early middle school to mid-college. But I don't have most of that information documented since I really started journaling consistently in early college. Yeah, this is my current journal and I absolutely love it. It's a moleskin notebook. It's really thick. I think it has like 200 or 400 pages, and it's just a lined notebook. And I like to keep my journal separate from my bullet journal, because then I'm not worried about how it looks. That I can go in here and I can just brain dump. Where sometimes my bullet journal, I can be kind of picky about how it looks, and also just the aesthetic of like a thick book just full of my ideas and memories and thoughts. It's just a beautiful idea to me. Not to be all corny. But yeah, I highly recommend this notebook. I think this notebook has really helped me maintain my journaling practice, because I just love how it feels when I open this book up and I'm writing in it. It feels great. So I'll have it linked in the description box below if you are interested or looking for a good journal notebook. But on the note of dreams, I was writing down my dream today, and as I was writing it, I started remembering parts of the dream that I thought I forgot. And I had the weirdest dream last night. I'm gonna tell you all about it. It started off when I was at a swim meet, and I used to be a competitive swimmer for anyone that's new here. And I had to swim in the 200 butterfly, which is probably the most dreaded event of all time for most people. Like 200-yard butterfly is a distance butterfly event, and butterfly is just a particularly taxing stroke. So anyways, I had that event, and for some reason I kept doing my butterfly kicks instead of like this with your legs, with my legs crossed. And I kept using one arm instead of two arms. And then at the end, I ended up getting disqualified, because of course you can't do that. Next thing I know, I'm in this apartment in New York City, and I'm living with Julian. And somehow when I look out, we can see the water, and I see this warship just blow up. And this part was really vivid for some reason. Like the smoke was coming from this warship, and people were trying to swim away from it. People were swimming in the water, so it must have been summertime or something like that. And people were escaping the smoke pretty well. But then all of a sudden, there's this like blue giant torch that's just going across the water like a laser, and some people are dodging it by going underwater. And all of a sudden, Julian and I have these jars in our hand that have moss balls in them, and somehow I know it's related to the warship, so we freak out that we have these, and we basically decide to go downstairs and give it to our leasing agent of our apartment. So we get down there, and there are these 3 women eating pizza who are our leasing agents. And we get there, and I'm planning on giving them this moss jar and explain to them what happened, and Julian hands them a plate full of yummy dumplings. And I was like, what the heck? This is not what we planned. So I decided I need to give them dumplings too. But I only had my half-eaten ketchup-covered dumplings. Yes, I like to eat my dumplings with ketchup. So I hand them these half-eaten dumplings covered in ketchup, and they kind of just look at me like, what the heck? But they're also eating pizza, and their pizza looked really good, so I went and I grabbed a slice of their pizza. And then I realized I didn't ask them if I could eat their pizza, so then I was kind of halfway through my slice of pizza, freaking out a bit. And that was my dream. Dream analysts out there, please tell me what that means. Anyways, yeah, that's on journaling and the dreams I'm having. I think people's dreams are so cool. And you can quickly look up dream definitions of meanings. which I might do that later, but I'm not feeling super hopeful. I'm gonna find a definition for having a dream where a moss ball appears that's somehow related to a exploding warship and is stealing my leasing agent's pizza. Oh, but before I end this little chat here, I want to read my daily dose of the Daily Stoic with you all. If you don't know about this book, it's called The Daily Stoic, 366 Meditations on Wisdom, Perseverance, and the Art of Living. And basically what it is it has a page per day of a meditation or a life lesson relating to the art of stoicism. The advice is really hit or miss. Some of them really hit home and I'm like, that's amazing, that's a life changer. And the other pieces of advice don't really apply to my life. So we'll see what today holds. What is today's date? Okay, today is the 13th. The caption is, "It's just a number." It starts from a quote from Marcus Aurelius, Meditation 6.49. You aren't bothered, are you? Because you weigh a certain amount and not twice as much. Oh, we talking about body image here? So why get worked up that you've been given a certain lifespan and not more? Just as you are satisfied with your normal weight, so you should be with the time you've been given. Let me read that again. I have to read that again. That didn't really process. You aren't bothered, are you? Because you... Okay, so it's saying you don't wish to weigh twice as much. Okay, this is not about body image. So why do you wish to live twice as long? I don't know if I connect the dots there. Okay, they also have a little paragraph to explain what they're saying. So let's see what this says. They say age is just a number, but to some people it's a very important one. Otherwise, women wouldn't lie about being younger and ambitious young men wouldn't lie about being older. Oh, we can talk so much about ageism and the intersectionality with sexism here, but I will hold off. Rich people and health nuts spend billions of dollars in an effort to move the expiration date from around 78 years to hopefully forever. The number of years we manage to eke out doesn't matter, only what those years are composed of. Seneca put it best when he said, "Life is long if you know how to use it." Sadly, most people don't. They waste the life they've been given. Only when it is too late do they try to compensate for that waste by vainly hoping to put more time on the clock. Use today, use every day, make yourself satisfied with what you've been given. So this is a case where this is good advice, but I have to disregard this advice because I already woke up anxious today about how I'm gonna make use of this day and just hearing more pressure about how I have to live my life to the fullest is not what I need right now. I think that's the thing with advice. You have to combine it with the input with your own life circumstances. And if the output is useful to you, then let it empower you. And if it's not beneficial or useful for you, then you just gotta toss that out the back window. This one is just not it for me. Maybe at another time where I'm feeling less anxious and I need a boost of motivation, that's when that passage will come into play. But yeah, I like this book. It's even good to help me reflect because after reading that, I didn't feel good. And if I think about it deeper, why I didn't feel good, I would be able to reflect and realize that I've just been feeling anxious about making the most of my life. And obviously we're in a pandemic, so there are new parameters, new limits that we are operating under. And sometimes it takes a little bit of personal sacrifice of your fullest life experience for the greater good. I gotta stop being distracted. This is my outfit today. I should probably add some jewelry pieces, but it's a little bit more exposed than I normally do. But I got this matching workout set from Amazon. It was only $25 and it's actually pretty good quality. Like I really like it. The only problem is the butt does get a little bit see-through when you squat. So that's something to be aware of. They definitely run small. So I'm usually between a small and a medium, so I went for a medium. And it is a tight fit, but comfortably tight fit. I've always wanted like a matching workout set, but they were just too expensive everywhere. Except the only company I would give that much money for a workout set is Girlfriend. There's this website, I think it's called Good On You, where you can check how ethical a company is, and Girlfriend just has a very clean rating. The prices are not outrageous, way cheaper than Lululemon and companies like that, and their stuff is really good, so I would highly recommend them. I bought a set from them. I bought like biker shorts and a sports bra from them that were on sale, but unfortunately their stuff also runs small, so I would definitely go for a medium if you're between a small and a medium size up, because I got a size small and it is way too tight, like uncomfortably tight. So I'm probably gonna give those 2 pieces to one of my friends and then maybe repurchase something down the line. It's just hard to turn down the good prices sometimes. But I mean, shopping sustainably genuinely makes me feel good. Like I was reading about the psychology of happiness and how everyone has a baseline of happiness, and then external factors like getting a promotion, buying a new iPhone or something gives you like boosts of happiness, but they never raise your baseline of happiness. And the things that raise your baseline of happiness is doing good, whether it's helping people, helping the planet, those kinds of things. So purchasing sustainably definitely benefits me on a personal basis as well as on top of the earth. I think people forget to acknowledge that too much of the time in the sustainable industry. People are too focused on shaming others for not doing things the way that they perceive is right, but everyone's mind is a different place, everyone's situation is different, and I think it would be a lot more productive if we highlighted the benefits to the individual. Like, I recommend buying sustainably because it genuinely makes you a happier person because of how doing good deeds raises your baseline of happiness. I learned this from a course that I'm taking on Coursera. I think it's called The Psychology of Happiness. I'll put a screenshot here. The background context in this course is that this professor at Yale started it and it received amazing reviews and went insanely popular at Yale. So they made a free version online on Coursera, so you can literally go take it for free, and I highly recommend it. It is absolutely amazing, especially during these times where I think a lot of us are struggling with understanding our mental health because we're in such a unique situation where everyone is experiencing this year for the first time. No one really understands it. I'm sure we're gonna understand it like a year or two down the line, and we look back and we have that advantage of reflection and distance from the situation, but at the moment I think it's very hard to understand. So I love reading about the brain, mental health, that stuff to help me better understand myself. Yeah, I think it helps me. I keep going on tangents. We were talking about an outfit. Yes, okay, set is from Amazon, $25, I have a link down below. Very good quality, except for a little bit of see-throughness in the butt when you squat down. Definitely size up. Then this cardigan, which I absolutely love, I found it at the thrift store. It's got zebras and giraffes on them. It's a little big, but if I were to button it up and put a belt, it could be a dress, or right now it's just a loose cardigan. I usually like to wear very baggy clothes. It's very rare that I wear something tight that's exposed, but today I'm feeling it. So we're gonna go with the flow. I could talk about my body image journey another time because that's a long story to share, but overall, in short, I'm in a good place mentally relating to that topic. On that note of the class on Coursera on the psychology or the science behind happiness, I keep reading the name of it. I have to catch up. I've been missing a few of the online lectures, so I'm gonna log in now and watch that while I finish my coffee because I have some coffee left. And then in about, what time is it? And then in about, actually like 10 minutes, I'm gonna go order takeout brunch from this place, bring it to my brother who's living in his house at college, but it's only like 20-ish minutes away from home. So bring him brunch, we're gonna have brunch together, and then I'm helping him redo his room, which I'm making a video out of it, so hopefully you'll get to see that soon. And I have some more goods to bring over there to add to his room. So yeah, on the agenda at the moment is finishing coffee, watching one of the online lectures of this course on Coursera on the psychology or science of happiness. I'm gonna get the name wrong so many times. And then go pick up brunch and take it to my brother at college. Correction, the course is called The Science of Well-Being.
I'm gonna kind of give a quick introduction to the stuff about the course, and then we'll get to our particular topic of today.
This course is just absolutely amazing. I'm starting on week 1 again because I've watched a lot of the lectures, but I was doing it at the same time as I was working, so I missed a lot of information. I just completed the first couple of videos, and hopefully I can do most of week 1 today. But basically, to summarize a few of the biggest points that she talked about today is that, and this all the credit goes to Professor Santos, who's leading this course. Like, she did all the research, all the putting together information. I'm literally just copy pasting, forwarding information to my audience because I think it's important that everyone hears it. I also want to add my own thoughts to some of the points she said. But basically, she was going through the reasons why she created this course, and one of the reasons was that now is a time where we've had the most insights in the science of psychology than ever before, and we also need it the most. Like, America, even in 2013, was rated as the country with the most unhappy people. And certain groups are growing unhappier and unhappier, and one of those groups is recent graduates. Another statistic she provided is that we are prescribing antidepressants at 400 times the rate that we did just 20 years ago. And I really love how Professor Santos, she came out, she was very vulnerable during the lecture as well. She talked about how she created this course not only because the general country needs it, her students need it, but she also needs it. My immediate thought to that is just that how the best professors, the best teachers are teaching subjects that don't come naturally to them. I've always struggled with professors that were just naturally smart or had great talents in the subject. Like I remember a couple of my mechanical engineering classes, even computer science classes, I had some professors that you just knew all this stuff came to them very easily, and they struggled to answer my questions because they couldn't understand how little I understood. So I'm really glad that she was able to be vulnerable like that. It just basically makes me trust her even more. And I feel like our society generally speaking, puts these people who are naturally talented on pedestals as the experts. But I think it's more often the case that people who struggled intensely and maybe it took longer for them to master a subject are actually the true experts. And yeah, I just think our society too often praises people who accomplish something as fast as possible or as easily as possible, but it's really the people that have had arduous paths and whose journey didn't come naturally to them that know the most, in my experience. But feel free to add your input in the comments below, even if you disagree with me. Anyways, now it is time to order brunch, which I'm really excited for, although I've been snacking all morning, so I don't even know if I'm hungry anymore. I'm texting him to see what he wants from this place I'm picking up brunch from, which is Sava's in Ann Arbor. It's so freaking good. And he wants to split half and half, sweet and savory, and I am so excited. Their blueberry pancakes are really good. Like, I don't know how they do it. The blueberries sustain their shape in the pancakes and they kind of burst when you bite into them. Oh, amazing. So good. Put my jewelry on, put on these rainbow earrings that I think are so fun. I'm wearing my emerald green Ana Luisa jewelry necklace. I really like to spice up my outfits before I see my brother because he's really into fashion, so I like to show off my outfits to him. Also, I know my glasses are crooked, but I can't get them to straighten out. I think I'm gonna need glasses soon. These glasses are blue, if you can't tell, but I think they show up more black on camera. Yeah, I'm gonna bring the box of stuff I have prepared and head over to his place. Set directions to Sava's on Google Maps.
I'm gonna tell you that I love you 100 times a day.
That's crazy that you're here right now. What? Is this an MTV? Is it an MTV also?
You if you go. Yes, I'm gonna let you know just how much I tell your mama. I tell your papa too. I'm gonna let
Bro, pack! TikTok sent me some merch, which is pretty cool. There's a water bottle, a tote bag, a t-shirt, and a hat, and TikTok written all over it. Yeah, now that it's winter, it's getting pretty dark pretty early. It's also pretty cold in the house, so I think I'm gonna take a nice hot bath right now. Maybe take my Kindle into the bathtub. Maybe take my phone and watch YouTube videos and catch up on Vlogmas. That sounds like a good time.
Young age, trying to make it big. Now that I'm up, they all on my dick. No contractors, never thrown a brick. Just trying to keep it cool like this ice on my wrist. God-given talent, been feeling blessed. Kept it 100 like an Asia's math test. Ballin' all day, I got it on lock. The way I'm flexing on them, you can call me the Rock.